Hello everyone. My name is Swanand Bhuskute and I am from Dibatu Lonere, currently in fourth year. So I am making this submission for WD401 M5, that is L5 plus L6 plus L7. In this we have to dockerize our project and then execute a CI/CD pipeline for that, and then also send a notification through Discord or Slack about the success or failure about the pipeline executed or not. So for that, I have chosen my WD301 capstone project, that is the sports live app. I have executed I have dockerized it and executed a pipeline, and I sent use Discord for sending the message about success or failure. I have executed everything like Jest test, then Cypress test for code coverage testing, and also dockerize the app, then use Discord for sending the message. So I will just do the basic walkthrough of the project. So let's open the project. This is the uh, local directory of the project, and this is the GitHub repo. So let's open the project. So this is all the code of the project. Then also for a pipeline to execute, we need to make sure that the app is running in the background. So we will just start the application using npm run dev command, which is the norm. And let's open the app. So the app is running locally on the server 5173, and we can see all the routes are working as expected. You can see the live scores, then all the routes are working as expected. So let's watch the how the code is working. So first of all, this is let's go from the Jest test. So I have executed three tests. Uh, One in the articles, that just checks the rendering of the article component. Then one in matches, that just checks the rendering of matches component. And one in the team and sports, that is this this component, that just checks the rendering of this component. This is the basic Jest test. Then after that, I have used the Cypress tests for end-to-end testing. It uses I have executed four Cypress tests, one for article, then matches, then one for executing the sign up, and one for team and sports. That is this. Uh, so talking about GitHub pipeline, so let's understand what the GitHub pipeline is. So basically, what happens is when we push or pull our code, then a continuous integration, continuous deployment pipeline will execute, and then it automatically run the Jest and Cypress tests. Also, it will create a Docker image of the whole project, and then it will push that Docker image to the Docker Hub website, and then the notification of about the success or failure of the application will be sent to Discord. So let's understand code line by line. First, this is actually the normal standard syntax of the code. That is this is the name of the pipeline, then on which triggers we want to execute this pipeline. First push and then pull. Push or pull, then we will do these certain jobs. That is, we are going to do the three jobs. That is, first build and test the whole application, then build a Docker image, and then push the in this build only we are pushing the image to the Docker Hub repository, and then we are going to notify. So these are all the lines that are needed for the execution. So let's see how the pipeline works by making some changes in the repo and then pushing it, and we can understand. So let's go to our application. So this is how our current application looks. If we go to home only, let's change the color of this background and then push the application. So for that, we need to go in the home.tsx, and in that we need to go in live images here. So let's change the color. Currently it is yellow, so if we change it to, let's say, red. Okay, so we can see we have made the changes in the application. The background has become red. So let's push this code to the repository. We can see our app is running in the background, which is needed for the pipeline to execute. And let's just push this code. We can see there is a change in the source directory. First, we have to build the app. So we will run the npm command build. After that, we will get add, then push, then commit with a message. Let's say WD401 docker WD401 L7 done. So we have committed the changes and then we just git push. Okay, so code is successfully pushed. Then let's just go quickly to the repo. Okay, so this is our repo, and in that we are in the actions. So we can see the pipeline is being executed here from the latest commit, that is WD401 L7 done. So in progress we can go inside that and we can see that three tasks are getting run. First is build and test. So we can see the time running here. We can go inside this and check the individual commands. So first, now all the dependencies are being installed. Okay, they are installed and now the just tests are running. So all the three tests are passed and now the Cypress tests are running. So you can see the server has been connected to 5173, which is why we need to run the app in the background. So they say they have found a Cypress test, as we have seen earlier. That is one for article matches, sign up, and team as well. So they are getting executed one by one, and everything works fine as of now. So Cypress tests are done. You can see this will build and test command has been executed successfully. Now the build docker image command is being executed. Task job is being executed. So here the docker image of the whole application gets executed. Image is being built. Okay, the has been built and it is now pushing to the Docker Hub website. Okay, so this is the Docker Hub website. We can see the earlier pushed image here. Let's refresh for once. It was an hour ago I executed command 17. So okay, the image has been pushed successfully and even the Docker image has been done, and we will see a notification that will run on the Discord. Yes, we can see here the notification has been sent to the Discord server, that is at 10:55, and here is also 10:55. There's a CI/CD pipeline has been successfully executed. We can see it in the GitHub Actions, and here is the link of the repo. So yeah, all the pipeline is being successfully executed for this commit. So let's now understand about the So let's talk about the steps required for the submission. First is dockerizing the application. So for dockerizing application, first we need to install the Docker desktop for the in the laptop, which helps for creating the Docker images. Then for in our source directory, we have to create a Docker file. Uh, we have to create a Docker file in which we have to execute few commands to generate the Docker image for the whole React app. First is the from node 20 alpine. So this instructs that to use the original official node version, but we will use the 20 alpine, so that because it is a lightweight and it integrates easily with the Docker. For it is easy, it becomes easy to create a Docker images using this lightweight version. Then we will execute all the commands in this working directory slash app. So all the commands that will execute will be executed in the slash app directory. Then we will copy all the files or all the directory to this directory. Then we will run npm install to install all the packages required for this project to run, and then we will copy it again. And then this expose 5173 says to listen at the port 5173 because the react with application runs on 5173. And then we will execute the command npm run dev, and npm run dev normally will not execute. For that we have to use the slash in this dev slash dash dash host 0.0.0.0, so that it will run on every other every other server. That is, even if we host our app somewhere on Netlify or Versa, then also it will run just fine. Then other than that, we can also create a .git docker ignore file in which we are ignoring this node modules folder, because we don't want to push this node module folder in the Docker image, because we will be installing all the packages in using the npm install command. Other than that, other than that, we have to configure all the environment variables that are being used in this React project. So basically, we have one .env file which listens to one API, that is the API of Pupilfirst provided for the 30301 capstone project. But we will ignore this .env in the .git ignore in the .git ignore file, because we don't want to expose our this API endpoint to public repository, because sometimes it may also contain sensitive information like username and passwords. So for that we will use a config constant.ts folder in which this API will be listened using import.meta function of the React. Other than that, this was about the root directory.ini folder. Other than that, we have to create a secret variables in our uh, rep, GitHub repository of our project, in which we have to go to secrets and variables slash sn in settings secret variables slash sn, and in that we have to create all the variables, all the environment variables that we have to create. First is the Discord web URL. This Discord web URL is used for sending the notification to Discord. Then this is Docker Hub password and Docker Hub username. These two are used to log in to this Docker Hub website, and then pushing the Docker image created using a CI/CD pipeline, and it is pushed here. Uh, So yes, it is pushed here. So this was about configuration of environment table. Other than that, we have set up the CI/CD pipeline successfully in the GitHub Actions folder. You can see that it has run successfully earlier, and we have checked it. It, it didn't run, so we ran into some problems which I solved successfully, and then it ran successfully. So the CI/CD pipeline for the GitHub Actions has been done. Other than that, we have to also integrate automated test cases, but we seen here while the GitHub Actions was running, the while GitHub Actions was running, the Jest test and Cypress test ran automatically when I push the new code to the repository. Then other than that, error reporting mechanisms, we use Discord for notifying So we saw we use the Discord for uh, notifying the success or failure of the GitHub actions. And then for security measures, first is we have to configure all the environment variables, that is we have to hide them from the public repository getting published in the public repository. So for that we use these two mechanisms, that is .git ignore, then docker ignore, and then saving the saving these environment variables in the secret time variables of the GitHub repository itself. And other than that, this app, this React app is hosted on Netlify. We can see here link to the live application. So this is the application which is hosted on Netlify. So it by default has been using the HTTPS. So we don't need for any so we don't need to use Nginx for using the SSL certificate, because we have automatically employed it to HTTPS using Netlify. So this was about security measures. So this was all about the application. We have executed all the steps as required.